Hi, we're the Wilts, Dale, Margaret, and James, and we, along with our pets, Marnie, B-Dog, Jericho, Loki, Caesar, and Gunner, are selling our rental property in Illinois, converting a schoolie, and finding out what happens when Wilts wander. Hi guys, thanks for tuning in this week. So I was originally going to do this on a week in a life of the Wilts and the stuff that we do every week and kind of just what's going on. And we had some unexpected stuff happen this weekend, some small setbacks, and not all the videos got taken and just a lot happened. So instead of doing that, and instead of complaining about the list of stuff that we had go wrong this week, I decided that I'm going to tell you a Christmas story. And so it's a tradition. It started back in 2015. It was a rough year for us. Dale and I were going through some stuff. The kids were fighting all the time. Nobody could seem to get along. Nobody could get on the same page with what was going to happen in life, and we were all just really struggling. It was coming up on Thanksgiving, and I knew we needed to kind of start thinking about Christmas. And so I started looking up some Christmas ideas, and I actually came across a post on Pinterest, I believe it was, and it was about a family, and the parents every year would write their kids letters. And I saw stuff about Secret Santas and stuff like that, and I started thinking about it, and I decided that we should combine the two. And I went to Dale with the idea, and he was 100% on board. I thought it was a great idea. So we made some tweaks to it, and Thanksgiving dinner, right afterwards, we presented the idea to the kids. And we told them what was going to happen was we're each going to put our name in a jar, and it officially became the name jar. And each person was going to pick a name, and you couldn't get your own name. You had to get somebody else's name. And you had to write that person a letter. One, you had to keep it a secret. You couldn't tell anybody who you had until they read the letter. And then you had to write them an uplifting letter only. It couldn't be any arguing or name calling or any of, well, remember you when you did this to me. It had to all be uplifting. It had to be, nice. We told them they could write about, good things that had happened to that person that year, or good things that they had done, or ways that they had affected them or changed their lives, or any of that stuff, but it all had to be good. So we do our Christmas on Christmas Eve, on the 24th. So on the 23rd, everybody put their letter in an envelope, and we put those envelopes in the tree. And the next morning, our Christmas morning, everybody got their letter out that was addressed to them, and they read it. And there were tears that year. Not as many as there are now, but there were some tears that year. And we decided that we liked it so much that we were going to make it a tradition, that we were going to do this every year. When we first talked about doing this with the kids, not all the kids were excited. Any more kids, who wants to sit down and write a letter to your brother or sister telling them, how wonderful they are, or to their parent who is, grounded them throughout the year or taken things away from them or whatever. But we decided that it was going to be a tradition. And so now every year on Thanksgiving, that's what we do. We pull names. Now we've had some additions to the family since then. Like we have our son-in-law, and we have a couple more this year that are new to the family. And so over the years as that has happened, Dale and I decided, rather than throwing somebody in who may not know everybody in the family yet, Dale and I write them a welcome letter and invite them to the following year participate in the name draw. And then last year we started Secret Santa, so that all the kids weren't trying to buy gifts for all the kids, because most of them were adults at this point. And then this year Dale and I decided that we were going to join the Secret Santa part, so that we weren't trying to buy gifts for everybody and significant others and grandkids and all that stuff. So we're going to do the Secret Santa this year ourselves. Last year we passed on the name jars to Bailey, so she is now in charge of those. We just thought it was a really nice way for the family to connect, to show appreciation, and we really feel like everybody pays more attention to what's going on in everybody else's life, because you may have to write them a letter. You don't know who you're going to be writing until a month before Christmas. So we feel like people kind of stay a little more involved in each other's lives that way. As Dale and I leave, as we move, we'll have to figure out a mailing system so that everybody's letter can get to everybody, and how we're going to do that. So we'll figure out the logistics of that. But yeah, that's our Christmas tradition. And then this year we're doing Christmas in the shop, so that's going to be fun and interesting. Dale's over there cleaning and organizing and trying to make room for extra seating, and so it'll be fun this year. But so yeah, so instead of complaining about all the stuff that happened this week, I want to talk about, the good stuff. And it is one of our favorite parts of the year. It's one of the things that we all look forward to. And ever since that first Christmas, that is the first gift that all of our kids want to open, is their letters. So I don't know if that's an idea that you guys could use for your families, or but it's, everybody keeps their letters. If you ask the kids, hey, where's your letters from the years past, they're right there, they'll let you read them. We have 2 new members this year that we're writing welcome letters to, and then yeah, so that's it. So we hope. Gail's over there making all kinds of noise. It's okay. He's over there working, cleaning, organizing. James is over there doing his very best to ignore us, especially when we're videotaping, because he's the only person I know that hates to be on camera more than I do. But yeah, so this year's going to be interesting. But we appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate you guys following us. Don't forget to go to at @BuildThatBusNow to kind of watch the updates on the bus. It has been freezing cold, and we have snow coming, we think, and it's just going to get colder, so we're really struggling to stay motivated on that right now. It's not getting any more comfortable in the shop, though, so we're going to have to get motivated and get more done on that. We did finally have a conversation. Dale talked to Chuck Cassidy the other day, I believe it was yesterday, about the solar, because that's like a big step. We need that, so we can make sure that the roof is all sealed up after we put the solar in, so we can insulate it, and then I think things will kind of start moving along, but we'll see. This is Christmas week, so a lot of our focus is going to be on, getting things ready for that, making room in the shop so we can fit 15 people in here, plus probably about 10 or 12 dogs, so it gets interesting, it gets loud, it gets crazy. I'll try to get some video footage of our insanity for next week. I probably won't have the video for this one on until Sunday, just because I think Christmas Eve is Saturday, and that's our Christmas again, so we want to make sure that we really focus on that. So probably Christmas Day I'll get some video put together of our crazy Christmas. Yeah, so that's it. So do us a favor, hit subscribe, put your notifications on if you want to know when we post them. Excuse me. And then we'll see you next week. Have a Merry Christmas.